Why did Jesus reveal his secret only to Mary Magdalene? What was the special thing he shared with her? Was Mary superior to the 12 disciples? You will be very surprised when you hear it. In the Bible, we talk about the 12 apostles, those closest followers chosen by Jesus to carry his message to the world. However, there's a name missing from this list: Mary Magdalene, also known as Mary of Magdala. Despite her critical role in Jesus' ministry, Mary Magdalene was not counted among the 12 apostles. This is a mystery for another time. Today, let's uncover the two profound secrets that Jesus shared only with Mary Magdalene. Why did he reveal them to Mary Magdalene rather than the 12 apostles? Who was Mary Magdalene, and what made her uniquely suited to receive this sacred knowledge? Although often overlooked, Mary Magdalene appears in the Bible multiple times, more than some apostles. Historically, Mary Magdalene was one of the women who financially supported Jesus' ministry and remained devoted to him until the very end. She was present at his crucifixion, his burial, and on the day we now know as Easter, she was among the first to find his empty tomb. One of Mary Magdalene's most profound acts was anointing Jesus in Bethany. According to the Bible, while Jesus was in the house of Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar filled with very expensive perfume and poured it over his head. When the disciples saw this, they became indignant. "Why this waste?" they asked. "This perfume could have been sold at a high price and the money given to the poor." When Jesus heard this, he told them, "Why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial." Jesus' statement suggests that Mary understood, on a deeper level than the other disciples, what was truly happening. The word Christ means the anointed one. How then could it be that the woman who performed the anointing ritual for Jesus, foreshadowing his impending burial, was unable to reveal these secrets to others? Mary Magdalene's anointing of Jesus highlighted her role as a priest and midwife in Jesus' passage into death. This is why Jesus immortalized her by saying to his disciples, "Truly I tell you, wherever this gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her." Mary Magdalene's most impactful role in Jesus' life occurred 3 days after his death. This encounter is described in the Gospel of John. On that day, as the first light of morning broke, Mary Magdalene, weighed down with sorrow, made her way to Jesus' tomb. For her, this was not just a visit to a grave. It was a final duty for someone she loved and dedicated her life to. When she saw that the stone had been rolled away, a sense of dread filled her. Jesus' body was missing. Mary Magdalene ran to inform Peter and John about the missing body. Peter and the other disciple came and saw the tomb was empty. For reasons unknown, the other disciples left, but Mary Magdalene stayed. She remained by the tomb, weeping. In her deep sorrow, she encountered 2 angels inside the tomb. They asked her why she was crying, and she explained her grief over the missing body of Jesus. Then, turning around, she saw Jesus standing there, but initially mistook him for someone else. She didn't recognize him. Then Jesus spoke to her, asking why she was crying and whom she was seeking. At this moment, she recognized him. She wiped her face and called him Rabboni, which means teacher in Aramaic. Yet Jesus instructed Mary Magdalene to go to the other disciples and say, "I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." For Mary, this was a revelation. It was not merely a reunion. Jesus was about to reveal to her 2 great secrets he had not shared with anyone else. These secrets were entrusted to her, not simply because she was Jesus' closest follower, but because of her spiritual depth. So, what were the secrets that Jesus revealed to her alone? The first secret. Jesus offered Mary an inner understanding, how the visions of God were seen and perceived. When Mary first heard Jesus' words, she didn't fully grasp their depth. However, Jesus explained to her, "It is not with the spirit or body. The mind, as the bridge between spirit and body, is what perceives the vision." What Jesus meant was that the mind serves as an inner perception center, transcending the boundaries of the spirit and body. This secret was like a source of light for Mary. Her deep faith and dedication to Jesus' teachings clarified this perception even further. Jesus' words provided her with guidance for the spiritual journey of all humanity. With this guidance, Mary came to understand how the mind, like a mirror, reflects the divine. Mary Magdalene's story at this point went beyond what was offered to the disciples. Mary Magdalene, on her own spiritual journey and inner faith, realized that seeing the vision was only possible by transcending the limits of the spirit. This secret left a profound mark on her spiritual journey. The second secret. Another secret that Jesus revealed to Mary was the journey of the soul. Jesus described to Mary the 7 steps that the soul must pass through on its path to reach God. Each step represented a release of the bonds that hold the human soul and, ultimately, its union with God. As Jesus explained, among these stages were ignorance, judgment, bodily desires, and the fear of death, all bonds that imprison the human soul. But as the soul transcended these bonds one by one, it would be freed and draw closer to the divine. When Mary wanted to share this teaching with the other disciples, Peter and the others initially could not grasp this profound understanding. That these secrets were revealed specifically to Mary Magdalene symbolized her closeness to God. Even though she was not one of the 12 apostles beside Jesus, her spiritual journey and devotion to God made her the most suitable person to carry Jesus' secrets. When Mary Magdalene left Jesus' tomb, a new light was burning inside her. She was no longer just a faithful follower of Jesus, but a teacher, even a spiritual guide who carried his secrets. The vision that Jesus granted her was the ability to transcend the mind and spirit and reach God. The special secrets that Jesus gave to Mary Magdalene strengthened her faith in God, liberated her soul, and made her a guide for all humanity. The story of Mary Magdalene is not of an ordinary woman, but of a soul bearing the secrets of God, and her role as a symbol carrying Jesus' teachings into the future continued to live on in the sacred texts and in the hearts of people.